welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming back with another cook with me video, and I'm gonna be making mofongo. And mofongo, if you guys don't know what it is, it's basically fried plantains. It's kind of like a mango, but it's mashed into like this little ball, and you could top it with any meat that you want. But today I'm gonna be making mofongo with chicharron and also mofongo with shrimp, like a white saucy shrimp. So let's get started. This is a little overview of the things that I'm gonna use today. Here are my shrimp, and this is my chicharron. This is basically fried chopped up pork belly, and I got this at the supermarket because I don't know how to make it. And I actually got a request to make this, so I will learn soon and teach you guys, but for now the store one is pretty good. And I also got a giant buyon, which is what I'm gonna be using to match my plantains. And the first thing that I'm going to do is peel and fry my plátanos. Now that I've peeled and cut my plátanos into chunks, I'm gonna put them aside and start working on my shrimp. So here I have about a pound of large jumbo shrimp, and I'm basically gonna take out the legs and the tail, and then I'm gonna rinse it with some vinegar. So a little tip that I have to peel the shrimp: when removing the tail, what I do is I squeeze it from the tip here, and then it lets go very easily, because sometimes when I try to pull the tail out, the meat just stays stuck there and you don't want to lose any meat. So I'm just gonna remove it and then squeeze here, and then it lets go very easily. Now that my shrimp is clean, I'm gonna season it, and I'm gonna season it in a very simple way because most of my flavor is gonna come from the sauce that I'm gonna make later on. So here I have some ground oregano, and I'm just gonna make sure to grind it a little more in my hands. I'm gonna add some garlic powder, some pepper, and some adobo for salt. And you can season your shrimp however you like it. I always like season it a different way every time I'm making it, just literally depending on my mood. Now I'm gonna chop up my onion. So I've chopped up half of a white onion. I have some minced garlic and some parsley. And right now I'm about to go fry my plátanos. I'm gonna drop some canola oil. Now that my plátanos are frying, I took some crushed garlic. I'm gonna put down some olive oil and cook them until they're brown. And this garlic is gonna go on my mofongo later on. So I've just taken out my first batch of plátanos and they're very nice and golden brown. So I'm gonna take the crushed garlic that I cooked a little bit in the pan and I'm gonna mash this. So this is how my garlic looks after I've mashed it. With this, I'm gonna make about 4 mofongos. I think this would be enough because I don't want them to be overbearing with garlic. So to make my mofongo, I'm gonna start by making the chicharron mofongo. I'm gonna add a couple of plantains. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think this is enough for now. I'm going to add a chunk of garlic, about this much. I'm going to add olive oil, some salt, some pepper, and some pieces of chicharron. I chopped these up into finer pieces and I put them back in the air fryer so that they could crisp up and warm up. So I'm gonna add a couple pieces in here. This is what it looks like so far. And now all I have left to do is to mash it. If you feel that your mofongo is getting a little dry, you can add a little bit of chicken broth. And to me, that's the perfect consistency. I'm gonna take it out and shape it in a cup. And today I'm just gonna use a measuring cup. And this is exactly 1 cup. So I'm gonna transfer this over. And I'm gonna mash this in and make sure that it's really compacted together. I'm gonna grab a plate and flip it. And there it is. I'm gonna add a little extra chicharron around it. And here we have our first mofongo, which is our mofongo de chicharron. So I'm gonna take this to my grandma and then we're gonna start on our shrimp mofongo. We're gonna add more olive oil. And now we will pour in our shrimp. So I'm gonna remove my shrimp because I literally only wanted to cook it for about 2 or 3 minutes because I don't want to overcook those. And I took them out when they had a nice pink color. And I'm gonna put them to the side. I'm gonna begin making my sauce in that same pan. So I'm gonna drop some more olive oil. And I'm gonna begin cooking my white onion. After caramelizing my onions, I'm dropping in my garlic and stirring it all together so that can cook a little bit as well. Now I'm adding in some heavy whipping cream. I'm also adding some chicken bouillon powder, but you can also use the cube form. I believe it's Maggi cubes. And then I'm adding in some Parmesan cheese. And putting my shrimp back in. After my sauce thickens a little bit, I'm adding in the fresh parsley that I chopped up earlier, and I'm stirring it all together. So I've shaped my mofongo and I put a little bit of chicharron inside. And this is my sister's. Don't even ask, she insisted to put it in a different container and it looks kind of different. Let's just call it different. So this is how my shrimp looks after the sauce thickened a little bit. And I tasted the sauce and it's delicious. So I'm about to pour it over my mofongo. I'm gonna clean this up like the chefs on TV. And here it is, my shrimp mofongo with chicharron inside. And here's my sister. This actually came out cute. I'm finally finished cooking, so I'm about to try my mofongo. About time. Sorry for my sweat. It's hotter than a mug today. Like, I wish my kitchen had AC because I've just been sweating the whole time. But come on, adjust. Here is how she looks. Oh my gosh, she's gorgeous. I can't wait to taste this. The shrimp are perfectly cooked. I'm so hyped. I don't think I've ever gotten my shrimp that nice, like for texture. I'm gonna dip it into the sauce. Everything. The garlic, the plátano. This is so good. This is so good. I think this is the best mofongo I've ever made. Ever. Because I don't know if you could already tell, but the plátanos were like yellowing. So I feel like a good thing would be to have a couple of green plantains, but also have a little bit of them yellowing so that you can get the sweetness in there too. So like, don't just do all green. Do mostly green and a little bit of yellow, because this is the perfect combination. So I'm gonna finish my mofongo off camera. It's so good. I probably said that 100 million times. But if you decide to recreate this recipe, everything is gonna be down in the description box. If you learned something today or if you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye!